bit more about the cards. I can talk about that for about 5-10 minutes as well, near the end of the show. So hopefully that will give you a little bit of guidance if you're going down the right route with regards to the cards. Now, with regards to psychic development, you must make sure that you're in a place in your life that you feel maybe good about yourself, you feel balanced, you feel centered, you have this feeling of, I feel like I want to make a change as well. A lot of psychics have gone through a dramatic situation or dramatic emotional situation. It could be a bereavement, it could be a breakup, it could be they've been made redundant, it's really affected them, could have emigrated. You'll find that most psychics have gone through a very emotional stage in their life to become where they are today. And there's your lesson to learn about yourself, a lesson to learn about that journey. So it's almost like if you've gone through that, you might be able to understand why you've been placed in this world, should we say, to become a psychic. For myself, through that journey, it was actually a relationship that actually took on a change for me. I've been going through the same patterns, and they were boring patterns, they weren't exciting. And all those patterns were very much related to relationship scenarios, going around in circles, being very much interested in psychology and relationships. So what I did is I combined the two. So the reason why I've written The Love Key, or my book on relationships, is because I had a passion about relationships and psychology. So I combined the two. So those two then became a little bit of, should we say, the right journey for me and the right pathway for me to become a relationship expert and also a relationship reader. So you've got to find something that's valuable to you that you can associate yourself with. Could be you've come out of, maybe you've come out of a very difficult family situation, or there's been a bereavement. I see a lot of people going into like mediumship, and they want to develop their more intuitive, spiritual side. Maybe they want to connect with angels. And I find that a lot when there has been quite a strong, should we say, bereavement or a part of their life that's really changed them, especially on an emotional level. And that's very different from maybe relationships. But I find also a lot of psychics on the journey, like for myself, we move. We go through different sections. So you go, for myself, it was like relationships, psychology, then went astrology, then went into neurology. So it's almost like different stages or different elements that I went through to become where I am today. I hope that makes sense. So what I'm going to do now is I'll come back to this a little bit later, maybe sort of near the end of the show, or near the chat, at the end of the chat, sorry. At the moment I've got quite a lot of questions to go through, and I'm going to start, if I get this right. We have the first one. Oh, we've got, hi Joe, good luck with the new show, love and light, Donna. Hi Donna, I think this is Donna that I've known for quite a long time. Thank you Donna, it's lovely to hear from you. Okay, we've got another message here from Catherine Jimison. Hi, I'd like to know about my love life, immediate future, any changes at all. Thank you. Right, now I'm going to use the cards. Let's start with the cards, good shuffle. Now, I'll tell you one thing I want to ask as well. If anybody's listening as well to this web chat, is there any chance I could have your dates of birth? Because I do look at astrology too. Now, if you've been watching Psychic today, you'll probably notice that I always ask for dates of birth. So if I can have your date of birth, I can look at you astrologically, compatibilities, and I can also look at your past, present, and future just around your date of birth as well. Right. Well, what else do I need from you? That's all. But as long as I can keep them to about a minute, 2 minutes, just like we do on the show, like text messages. Let's go. So this next one's for Catherine. Catherine, I feel you're single at the moment. I actually get the feeling as well that you've been trying to find somebody in your life that reflects more about you, about your personality. Now with you, I've got the Wheel of Fortune card. Now with the Wheel of Fortune, that's about taking changes, it's about taking chances. You've got to take a little bit of a risk, okay? Now Catherine, if you take a risk, I have somebody here for you. I've got a fire sign. Fire sign being Aries, Sagittarius or a Leo. Now if we can look at fire sign for you, I've got action, I've got excitement, I've got like somebody who's going to change your world. But there's something you need to change in order to bring this person in to your life. Does that make sense? If you can change something about you, if you can take a risk, with regards to relationships. Look at a different type of character, somebody that makes you feel secure. This person, around late January, comes in your life, and I'm going to be giving dates, I'm going to be giving star signs. If anyone's looking for relationship compatibility readings or relationship questions, I'm going to be looking at dates and times and compatibility. So I hope that helps. Thank you, Catherine, for your question. Okay, let's see who else has come in. We've got Lorna House. Hi, is Patrice going to come back into my life, and when? I'm the 24th of the 11th, 1952, so you're a Sagittarius, and you're born 52, you're born the year of Aries, and he is a Leo, and he's born the year of Capricorn. Right, so we've got a Sagittarius, born the year of Aries, and he is a Leo, born in the years of Capricorn. Do you know what's really nice? You've got the parallel link. The Sagittarius and the Leo is the double fire. The Aries and the Capricorn is the grounding and the excitement together. It's a brilliant link. It's not the cross link, okay? It's the parallel link. The one thing about you two is you've got to understand what your differences are. He will come back into your life, but I think he left suddenly. Okay, I think he left very quickly and without any knowing of where he went. So it's like you don't really know what actually happened. He left you very much in limbo. You've still got questions to answer, which means he's got to come back and answer those questions for you. You must wait. End of January, end of February. Either he comes back at the end of January or he comes back at the end of February. You've got something to discuss about the way he left you. I don't get sorry. It's quite stubborn. But I do get a feeling of reconciliation and communication, particularly around that time. I hope that helps. Okay. Thank you for your question. Next one's coming from Donna Crawford, 3950. Joe, can't hear you. Can see you though. If anybody can't hear me, can you text me? I think the sound is okay now. I'm assuming. I want to double check that there is sound, but I wouldn't know. I can hear myself, so I'm assuming you guys can hear me. Do let me know if there's any problem. Carly Woodhouse. Oh, you're the same. Oh, you can hear. Yay! Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, I'm getting all your responses now saying that you can hear me. That's brilliant. I wasn't worried. Hi, Joe. This is coming in from Carly Woodhouse. Hi Joe, I hope you're well, thanks for asking. Just wanted to ask, I'm going for an interview on Friday for a DES, for a decision. Is there anything else to this message? Let me have a quick look. Not quite yet, okay. Now you're going for an interview on Friday, so that's going to be, looking at the 7th of December. Is it going to happen? Is this decision going to be right for you with regards to your career? Okay. Well, it's interesting because the Magician card comes in as a completely different job for you. It's almost like you've taken on you're working on something a little bit more creative. I've got corporate, but I've got creative. I don't know what the combination of the two are. I don't know if it's like a job that's creative but it's also corporate, or there's a link with the two when you actually start this job. I've got quite male orientated around this as well. With the Magician card, you get the cups, you get the pentacles, you get the swords and the wands. Okay. Oh, I've just been told here, if you can't hear me, I can't do anything else other than say to you, you need to check the volume on your computer. If you haven't got it up to the highest volume, you might find I'm very, very faint. So if you could increase the volume on your computer, hopefully you should be able to hear me. Okay, so the Magician card is about creating emotional security, grounding. I want to say you feel more grounded with this job. The Swords card is about making a decision after you've got this interview, and the Wands card is about PR, communication, marketing. Now there's a link with those areas as well. Now either you get involved in that type of job, but I've got you celebrating with your friends. I've got the Three of Cups as well. So the Three of Cups is like you going, yeah, I've got this job, I'm really happy, I'm really excited about this, I feel like this is the right job for me. It's not telling me otherwise. It's more security for you. But the world card is nervousness. You're going for this interview and you're going, oh my god, I don't know if I can. I don't know if this is something that I'd be capable of doing. Maybe I'm not experienced enough. You've got all these thoughts going through your mind. There's a full moon coming, oh sorry, there's a new moon coming up 13th, 15th of December, which actually, for fire signs and air signs, it's like new beginnings. If you're one of those fire signs, I'd love to think this is the right opportunity for you. It feels right to me. You may have to go through a second interview process, but I've got a really nice feeling. And do you know what's really nice about this? The day that you have the interview, there's something about the sun being shine. It's almost like it's a really bright day and you feel really good afterwards. You feel really positive. Hope that helps. Thank you. Right. Okay. Catherine Jimison, 12th of the 2nd, 1990. You're a Sagittarius. I think I've done a question for you, but I don't mind doing another one. I'm generous on that. Sagittarius, born Gemini, 1990. Correct about being single, a fire sign man I'm in love with. There you go, with just a validation. Well, that's true because I was picking up a fire sign around you, and thank you. Yeah, this fire sign is completely. How can I put this besotted with you? I've got putting you on a pedestal, making you feel really good about yourself, making you feel like you're on cloud 500, if that exists. But I've got a really cold shiver about this guy, and thank you for that information. So it does feel right. In your mind, you're thinking, "Am I going mad?" You know, in your mind, you're thinking, "I don't know if he feels the same, but I know he does have very strong feelings for me. But I've never had a feeling about this guy before. I've never really felt this way about someone before." For you, because you're a Gemini, a Sagittarius born Gemini, commitment for you is actually very difficult. You are a free spirit. You know, you actually need somebody who gives you that freedom. And you know what? He does. Yay! It's really good. Thank you. Can I have another reading, please? Thank you. Of course you can. This is from a gentleman called Andrew Waters. I'm going to obviously say you guys' names so you know which text messages I'm going through. Andrew Waters, 16, and your date of birth is your the 31st of May, 1973. So you are a Gemini, born the year of Capricorn. Okay, let me have a look. Okay. Now I just want to check something. I can hear myself talking. Is that okay? Yes, okay. Sorry, I just wanted to check on something. Lovely. Okay. So now the new moon in Sagittarius, which is coming up next week, and it's like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the weekend of next week. It's very important for you to be out socially. A lot of parties. No word of a lie. A lot of fire and air signs. It's almost like you're getting involved in more social activities. So I promise you this. If you don't meet anybody like next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or the weekend, I don't know what else to say to you because you're destined to meet somebody that particular period. Your opposing sign of Sagittarius with the new moon is almost like a new beginning for you, but it's also somebody that's coming in as your opposing sign. I wouldn't be surprised if you met a Sagittarius or you meet somebody that's coming in as a fire or air sign, but you've also got to meet somebody who's got an overseas connection. So if you're going away Christmas and New Year, you may well meet somebody through that element as well. But again, I've got a connection with a fire and a water sign. Is there more than one? Being a Gemini born the year of Capricorn, you have a lot of options. You have a lot of people that are very interested in you. But there's one, not two, one that I feel that you want to be associated with, that you have to make a decision next week or the end of the year. I hope that makes sense. Thank you. Oh, Donna Crawford, 3950. Good evening to you. Love reading, please. I'm 30th of the 9th, which is a Libra born 72, which is a Libra born Sagittarius. He's a Pisces. Is he interested? Oh, I feel for you going out with the Pisces. I'm a Pisces for my sins. And we can be very confusing. But also male Pisces, and I feel he's more of a March Pisces, is very fickle. One minute he might say something and then he might react emotionally very different. What you're finding with him is very difficult to read, very difficult to understand. But I've got a huge electrical, or I want to say physical connection between you two, which is very difficult for me to take yourself away from. Because you're a Libra with the Piscean would be very romantic. It would be very, it'd be almost like you've met each other and you just know each other instantly. And also there's a connection here with you two, like you've known each other before, but he's so shy. You see, you are as well. You're lucky because you're born in year 72, which brings in the Sagittarian element, which actually makes you a little bit more forceful. Would you be just that a little bit more forceful towards the Piscean, and you'll get more of a kind of a communication, because I feel he's withdrawn a little bit from you. You don't know where you stand. If you can use that ability, you get more from him, especially on the lines of communication. I hope that helps. Oh, can I say to you, maybe make it a little bit more prominent around Christmas and New Year. Maybe even give this person a Christmas card or some really lovely romantic blessing or wish. He really appreciates that, and I hope that helps. Thank you. Carrie's Freya. Is that if Carrie's Freya? Hello, Joe. Hello, you. Is there anything new coming up for me in the new year? Thank you. Leo, born 92. 6th of the 8th, 1992. A double Leo. How much energy do you have? So, is there anything coming up for the new year? Now, for you, it's all about work. How much have you been working? How much have you been studying? How long have you been working for? You see, you are a workaholic. You fall into study, you fall into work, you fall into being, how can I put this, I need to slow down. Social, huge, end of the year. Romantic, end of the year. January and February actually brings you an opportunity to change your job or meet the right person or end a relationship that's not right for you. That seems a lot, I know, and you're probably thinking, Joe, that's too much for me to handle. Yeah, but there is a lot going on in your life. You don't just sit still and make things happen. It happens really, really fast. I also want to say to you, there could be an ending around the end of January, beginning of February. It's either your job or a relationship, and I almost feel the two can go hand in hand. But it's the best year for you to make major decisions around settling down and taking a job which is either further afield or it's located overseas. It's a lot this year and next year, but that's you all over. You love excitement and you're always on the move, and it does actually say to me that you've got a very exciting year again. This year was unpredictable, next year is a little bit more stable. I hope that helps. Thank you. Carly Woodhouse, you were spot on, it's a marketing role. Thank you. I had a feeling, you know what, I had a feeling it was marketing or sales or PR. I had a feeling of one of the three, because the Wands cards, if anybody's learning about the cards, Wands is associated with marketing, sales, PR. And all those three came in. I wouldn't be surprised if that job changes at some point, but it's right up your street. Very best of luck, because I know you're going to get it. I hope that helps. Thank you. Catherine, hello again. Oh, another bit of feedback here. Catherine Jimison, I like your surname. It reminds me of my Scottish roots. I want to say it in a Scottish accent, like Catherine Jimison. Many thanks. You are spot on. Only trouble is he is married. Will we be together at all? Oh, now I didn't pick up on the marriage, but I did have a feeling you guys had a connection for a long time. Let me see. Just hold on a second. Well, he's coming as a past card, which is your Six of Cups, which is like a connection from the past. Has he got children? I've got the Ten of Cups, which is related to children and family, his responsibilities around the family and the home. King of Swords. Oh, I see where you're coming from. There's a big trust issue even with yourself. He is a little bit hesitant as to how to trust a relationship. So when I get on the Ten of Swords, it's like he worries about his relationship, but he also worries about you. Oh my goodness, the feelings that he has for you are really intense, but his loyalties lie with his children and his family and the security at home. Would that make sense to you? Are you going to end up being together? There's a decision point around the dates that I've given you, whether was it around the end of January, end of February? I keep being shown an air month, which would be April, or it would be Aquarius month, which would be that late January, early February. There's something about a decision to be made around one of those two dates. I hope that makes sense. Thank you. Bug Bunny 3. Some good names here. Love reading, please. I am dating a younger man. Good for you. Ooh, tonight. What do you get on this? Tar very much. Okay. Okay. Let's see. cups, and the page is younger. When you get, I'm going to try and talk a little bit about the cards while I'm doing readings. The page is younger, the knight is middle-aged, if you want to call middle-aged, and then you've got the king and the queen, which is like older. So the page of cups is your younger, definitely coming as a younger gentleman. He's holding, he's actually not showing his feelings, or he sometimes doesn't talk about his feelings to how he should. The best way for me to describe this is he finds it very, very difficult to open up about his feelings, which is the three. Well, it's the 3 and the 2. 3 and the 2 together means 3 weeks and 2 weeks. In a couple of weeks' time, you could get him opening up a little bit more. It's difficult because he's very, you know, when somebody looks at somebody and they're in awe, he's looking at you going, oh my God, she's amazing. She's got everything that I'm looking for, but I wonder if I've got enough to offer her. Now, I always need for you to bring him out of his shell a little bit and make him feel a little bit more reassured, because that's that. I'm not saying insecurity, but there's that ability to kind of feel like he's not enough for you because of that age gap. I do feel quite a big age gap here, but my goodness, I have to say this, he's so good looking. And I almost get the feeling as well that you are quite shy around him because of the attraction that you both have. Enjoy tonight, but could you reassure him that you actually like him as well? It sounds strange for me to tell you that, but there's a reason for that, because it actually makes him feel more confident about the relationship as well. Thank you, thanks for your question. Right, I'm now losing track of questions, so let's have a quick look. I need to go. Lorna House, you are right about parallel lines. I believe Patrice and I are twin flames. There's some really nice feedback. Thank you for the water. There's some really great feedback coming in. Thank you so much. Yeah, did you understand what I meant by the parallel lines? It's like you're both leading similar lives and you've been through past lives together. Your twin flames is very much like where you're going, he's going, what you're doing, he's doing, what you're wanting to go, he's wanting to go. It's like everything that you both do seems to be very much in sync with one another. I really like it, and it's meant to be, you know, it's put it this way, there's a really nice feeling around you too. Thank you very much for your feedback. I'll have to go on to the next one. Dolphin818, hiya. My man is another Gemini. I've got a lot of Geminis this evening. 7th of the 6th, 1968. So he's born the year of Leo. When I say born the year of Leo, by the way, if you're not understanding what I mean, that's actually the Chinese astrology related to, it's very much about your character in relationships. So a lot of Leo character will come out, as well as the Gemini. Will he ever commit to his promises to me or stay contrary? You are a Sagittarius-born Gemini. I mean, look at your compatibility. I mean, he's a Gemini Leo. You're a Sagittarius Gemini. You've got the parallel link. You've got everything, absolutely everything working in your favour. The problem with him, you see, you're dealing with somebody who's born 66, which is the year of the fire horse, and they have a tendency, and I'm wondering if this is exactly what you mean. He says one thing and does another, and he'll say to you, really, one minute he can be so lovey-dovey with you. He can be like, really, I really want to be with you. I really want to have these feelings for you. I really want to be emotionally connected to you. And then all of a sudden, it's like he does something else completely different. And this is where you get confused. So one minute, you're thinking, yeah, we're really proper loved up, and then I'm like, I don't get what he's meaning. So you can see why you're really confused about his emotions. One thing I want you to do, if you really want to get into this bloke's head, seriously, there is a tactic, especially with somebody born 66 with a Sagittarius energy, is to do the whole I don't care. I don't mean you have to tell him that, but I need you to do like a 360 degree and not always be there for him, because he's all about the mind. The Gemini in him is about the thoughtful mind and the thinking process, almost like playing games with the mind, and the Sagittarius is about freedom. You need to be not available a lot of the times, because he'll want to miss you, and he will want to miss you without telling you that. You need to become exceptionally elusive. I need you to almost go away completely out of the picture, like you vanished, like you have someone else, even pretend it. You'll notice the difference in how he treats you, but you'll also notice the difference in how he is romantically. Hope that helps. Right, we've got another one. Guys, there's loads. This is all good. Carly Woodhouse, boyfriend is in the army. He is the 24th of the 4th, 1987, so he's a Taurian, and he's born, where is he born? No, he's born in the year of Pisces. So he's a Taurus Pisces. Will he ever commit? Oh no, we've just done that one, Joe. I need glasses. Bear with me. Can you progress in the relationship, or can he progress in the relationship? This is difficult because you've had talks, I feel, about both of your whereabouts in your relationship. Like, where are you both going? What is it you both want? I feel, it's really hard because deep down, let's take your partner's whereabouts, him being in the army, out of the equation. Let's just take that out of the equation for a moment, and let's focus on a little bit about your relationship as a whole. It actually says to me that he wants to be with you, but he doesn't know what's going to happen with his career. Now, the first thing I get in my mind is career comes first. So it might feel like he's actually being quite self-centered, or maybe a little bit selfish with regards to his, his where he's heading in his life. And you're thinking, well, what about me? He must be forgetting about me if he's putting his priorities on his career, which is kind of true. You need to wait until his career settles down. He's still quite young. Born 87, the Piscean energy in him would be very indecisive. But the Taurus energy around him is very grounded in the fact that he wants some sort of commitment around you, whether it's a family at a later stage, or possibly securing that commitment on a different level a little bit later on for you. I hope that helps. It's interesting because you need to almost be a little bit more open with him, because he's highly sensitive at the best of times, and when you can be more open with him, he then shares that openness with you too. I hope that helps. Thank you. Julep from Amsterdam. That's just me adding that bit in. So we've got Julep. Hi, is it possible to let me know about, now I can't do the first section, you asked questions, we can't talk about finances, legality, pregnancy or health. So you've got here Tulip 8, hi, is it possible to let me know about either my finances or romance, please? Can I talk about romance? You're a Virgo born 62, which is the year of Aquarius. Okay. Oh. So let me have a look. Your finances, I can't, but your romance, okay. The one thing I want to say to you, which is really nice, is you almost need to have a look at who you are attracting in your life at the moment. I'm just having a look at your date of birth. The Virgo, Libra, you're almost on that cusp here, says to me it's all about the home and the family. At the moment, a lot of Virgos in particular are focusing on where they're moving to and what they're doing around the house and looking at that homely setting. The Aquarius in you, the 62, is very much like partying and social. So you're going to have the busiest month of literally your entire year is going to be the whole month of December. I absolutely love the full and the new moon around Pisces and Virgo, your opposing signs, going into the February and March. I really like who you attract in your life at that time. It becomes very serious. You will find that you'll be committed on a very serious level with this person and then moving in with you around the February-March time. But maybe you have to build it up a much more of a security level at the end of this year going into the beginning of next. But you see, when you get to March of 2013, the relationship that's around you is like really, really intense, and you're like, I've never had this before. I get a water sign around you, but I also get a fire sign. I get a lovely feeling around a Sagittarius, but I also get a feeling around an Aries. And there could be, with you, you sometimes can be quite indecisive because you are very attractive, and I feel that a lot of people are very drawn to you because you're very elusive as well as being very attentive. Does that make sense? So you can be very very into somebody, then you can be like, I've decided to just do my own thing. You know, you can be very I don't know, free-spirited and then very elusive. So that can be very appealing to a lot of people. So you're not in their face like demanding a lot of attention. You have to make sure though that you don't throw too much of your energy around where it's focusing on where you're going. Maybe this will be the first time for you to think about the other person. You'll know what I mean when you meet this next person, or you continue with this relationship February, March, but it's very serious. I hope that helps. Thank you. Right, Donna Crawford. Thanks for the reading about the Pisces man. Yes, he's hi, hey. So am I. HY. What's HY stand for? Donna Crawford. I'm not very good at short texting. Is he with anyone? HY. Am I being a bit thick? I probably am. He's HY. I thought that was HN, like how I maintenance. Pisces man. I'm just trying to think what I said about him. So am I. I've gone blank, Donna Crawford. Is he with anybody? I know what it is. He's got elusive. It's very hard to understand. Is that what it is? Because he was quite hard to understand with regards to emotions. He was quite hard to, yes, okay. You need to make the first move. He's not with anybody, but I tell you what he does do if he's a true Piscean. He can flit about with different people. Oh, that sounds terrible, doesn't it? I mean, what I'm trying to say there is we've got an interest here, we've got a friendship here. He seems to be very popular with a lot of other females, so he probably has a lot of female friendships, but he hasn't actually found the one that he wants to be with. Pisces are normally quite direct when they end up being with somebody, like, no, I don't want to be with you, I just want to be friends with you. Now, he would have directed that energy to you if he felt you were just a friend, but I do feel maybe he's got a lot of people that are attracted to him, but not yet saying, oh yeah, I really want to be with her, or I really want to be with this person. So you would need to be just that little bit more assertive, like I was saying, because I think there's a Sagittarius energy around you. You need to push it a little bit with him in a very comical, quirky, but stable way. So you need to be consistent. He will absolutely love that. If you become inconsistent, he will probably he'll probably push that away because he can be inconsistent. Does that make sense to you? So there is a way of dealing with him that you get you get a better rapport. All good. Catherine Jimison again. You are popular this evening. Is there a limit to how many questions you can ask? Feel free to tell me to stop. I wouldn't be rude. No. You can carry on, my dear. We have a lot of questions that I need to go through, so we've only got about 15 minutes left of the live chat. So probably near the end, maybe the last 5 minutes of the chat, I'll probably talk a little bit more about development again and my book. But I'm going to just literally for the next sort of 5 minutes, I'm going to be going through more text messages. So you can fire away, but I'm just doing it in order as I'm seeing them. So the next one's come up from Dolphin818. Sorry, I am a Saggy. He's the Gemini. Do I still go missing? Yes, it is important for you to go AWOL. Bear with me. Yes, because he's very elusive. Remember I said to you, sorry, even though he's the Gemini, it's still the same because I still feel with this guy. Sorry, we've got that mixed up, didn't we, those two? I still feel with him, he is coming across to me as being very elusive. So you would need to almost mirror image to how he is being with you. So if you can be the same as he is with you and mirror image that elusiveness, you will find that he starts to think, oh, you're a bit like me. This is kind of cool. Not that he puts himself on a pedestal or anything, but it's like he's there is an indication of him not realizing that you're capable of doing what he's doing. He thinks you're going to be always the same. So maybe just change it a little bit, make it a little bit more exciting, make it a little bit more intriguing so he gets to think, oh my goodness, she's never done this before. Then he starts to wonder what you're doing. He's got a lot of Gemini. The Leo needs to be in command, and the Leo needs to be the leader, so you need to make sure that this guy leads the relationship and it's not you leading the relationship. It won't work, and I feel it might be you chasing him just lately. No. We need to reverse that. I hope that helps. Lorna House, good evening to you. Is this the right time for me to start doing psychic readings on the phone lines? And you've put here scary. It can be, but it's also very exciting. Do you want to come and join us? We are looking for readers. But how long have you been doing readings for? I mean, how have you built up? I mean, I get a feeling, let me have a think about this. I get a feeling with yourself that you are competent and confident on a private basis, like you're doing dummy readings for friends and family. You see, telephone readings are very different from private one-to-one readings. You know, it's like somebody could be on the other line and they could not say anything, and you just, it's very hard. Sometimes it's very hard that first minute to pick something up, but then it just flows naturally. And maybe that's where you're panicking or you're worrying, and naturally so. I can understand that because the first initial 1 minute can be quite, I hope I picked this up right. But if you just naturally go into it, you're not going to get it right all the time. Some people you can connect with, other people you can't connect with. And other people you can connect with on a very different level against other people that is something, it's something completely different. So you would need to practice, I feel, maybe a little bit more on the phone lines, even with people that you don't know. And even, do you know what, when a lot of us first started off being psychics, we did a lot of free readings. Well, I did, like live, like this, not literally on webcam. No, not when I first started. It was more like on forums. Like I'd put something like, I'm doing free readings. I've just become a psychic. Give me your date of birth and I'll answer these questions like on MSN. And then I go, do you know what? I was just inundated with loads and loads of questions. In fact, I was absolutely shattered. I don't think I had any sleep, but I was really excited at the same time. And then from that, I said to them, if you want a free reading over the phone, I'm going to do it for like 5-10 minutes. And I'd put it in a certain schedule for like 5 minutes at a time, or try and do about 15 minutes with regards to a reading, maybe 5 to 10, 15 minutes, and maybe only do 10 a week. And that would build up my confidence, because I think sometimes when you first go on the phone lines, it's quite daunting because it's a completely different experience from one-to-ones or even workshops or events. That's what I advise. I feel you're ready. I just feel maybe you need to look at a little bit more practice on maybe with friends on the phones, or we can go into forums. You'll notice when you do that, there's a massive difference with your readings, and also it will give you this element of confidence that you haven't had before. Because I say the telephone readings and the one-to-ones are completely different. I hope that helps. I think you're doing really well. I personally feel. I also feel you work with the cards, but you actually don't need them. You're very good at just picking up information very quickly. What's with colours in you? I don't know why I want to pick up auras and colours. Bring in crystals, but not yet. Not in your first sessions or readings on the phones. Bring them in at a later stage. You'll know what I mean by that. I hope that makes sense. Thank you. Okay, we have another text message coming in from Philip Smith. Do you know what? I'm not very good at like short texting. I just thought I'd tell you that. And if anyone's short texting, I am totally naff. Keep it simple. Even when I'm sending texts to friends, it's like really basic. I'm not very good at short texting. Hi, can I have a reading, please? Give me a hand sign. Philip Smith, if you can hear me, I'll give you a wave if that's any help. You've got a long number there. Oh, hi Ollie. We've got some really nice messages coming in this evening, but Philip Smith, my lovely, let me give you a reading. Let me see what I pick up with the cards. Ooh, what a challenging year for you work-wise. Now, you're quite creative in the fact that, right, does this make sense to you? I would never put you as being very creative or very spiritual. And this is for Philip Smith. If anyone's just, I'll keep on repeating your names in case you've only just literally joined the chat, so you don't miss your text message. But if you have missed it, just keep going on the queue. I am going through them back to back. Seems to be quite a lot coming through at the moment. So the Ten of Wands for you, Philip, is like quite a difficult year in the sense of I've been pushing forward, trying to find the right job for me. It also comes in as a job breakthrough, which is the Three of Swords, which is very much associated with a change of job role or a change of structure. How can I put this? You might decide to leave a job that's no longer good for you. You might find that that job doesn't really serve you any purpose and it's been more stressful and you're not getting enough from it, that you need to decide to make a go of trying to either set up a business on your own or even going solo or doing something more freelance. That is your Nine of Cups. So with that, it's almost like you're ploughing forward, making the changes happening for you, but you're really excited. It's like, whoa, yeah, what's going to happen? But it's a little bit scary and it's a little bit daunting. But what I really like about you is you're feeling confident about your abilities. So what I wanted to say to you at the very beginning was I'm picking up spiritual versus creativity. If you want to set up your own business, there's every faith that I have in you that you can do this, maybe going into April of next year. But I feel you need to slow down for the next 3 months because you have got the busiest social life over the next 3 months. Or you might decide to go away. That I'm picking up, you need to pick that back up after you've gone away or you've been away on holiday. The Moon card means maybe be a little bit more emotionally open with your feelings because you have been quite guarded. I hope that makes sense. Thank you very much. Ollie, Alan. Joe, lovely to see you. Lovely to hear from you, or should we say text from you. Can I have a love reading, please? Christmas party on Friday. Oh, I know. Oh, it's all very exciting. Everyone's looking forward to all these Christmas parties on over this week and next week as well. It's all very exciting. So let's have a look at you, love reading. Now, Ollie, I feel with yourself something very sweet and innocent about you. There is, that I do know. And there's something very gentle about you as well. You certainly don't come across as somebody that when you're in a relationship, you do take your time though. I feel there's something very Aries and Pisces about you. There's like 1 minute you can be very assertive in a relationship, to the next minute I just want to disappear and do my own thing. So you've got quite a nice balance. You're certainly not demanding. You like a lot of the freedom around you says to me you spend a lot more time on your own than you maybe do in a relationship. And you do centre a lot around your social and your work combined. Just trying to find, it'd be better suited, it's telling me here, to meet somebody at work, but also it says to me with the Two of Cups of a commitment coming in with a water sign or somebody that gives you that balance of emotional connection. It's actually quite nice because I'm picking up either a month to 2 months of a serious relationship for you. The Emperor card is being the air, which is ruled by Aries, with the King of Pentacles, which is an earth sign coming in. So we've got somebody that's going to be emotionally grounded. That's the best way for me to describe this person for you. And they're such fun because they are, how can I put this as well? They love to party. They're not out every weekend partying, but if you say, let's go here, they're like, yeah, I want to do this with you. But there's also a connection possibly with somebody that you still like from your past. There's a fire sign here, Knight of Wands, maybe slightly older. So there's a combination of two guys here, also so two relationships here around you with yourself that you need to make a decision on. I can't make that decision for you until it comes to that month of January, late January and very early February. But I will say the next 2 weeks is hugely sociable for you, where you're actually going to be invited to not just one party, but probably more than two coming up over the next 2 weeks. Also, I feel as well, if there's a relationship that's already around you, this is exactly what I'm going to pick up the Two of Cups. It becomes much more serious, and I'm even going to say to you, talking about moving in together, which probably is going to lead to something else at the very latter stages of April and May of next year. So there's a little bit of a process going on for you, so serious business next year. All good fun for the next 2 weeks, that's all I'm going to say. Thank you very much. Okay, we have, now, I've lost track of where we are. Thank you very much. This is coming from Tulip. You're very welcome. Hope you have a good Christmas and a New Year. Well, hope you too, my lovely Tulip 8. Hope you have a lovely Christmas and New Year. It's going to be a very busy Christmas and New Year for a lot of us here. Catherine Jimison, many thanks, Joe. I look forward to seeing what happens in January and February. Take care. Oh, thank you. Yes, have a great Christmas and New Year. Thank you very much for all your text messages. Hi to Ollie. Julia Dawn Blake. That's a nice name. Or middle name. Anything exciting in the next few weeks surrounding love? Julia, you are a Sagittarius born. Sagittarius. That's a Sagittarius born 1972. Yes, there is. You see, I've noticed just recently there's a lot of Geminis and a lot of Sagittarians are asking about new relationships coming in over the next couple of weeks. Now, we've had a whole year eclipses based around Sagittarius and Geminis, which means you've been tested, yes, you have, for a whole year around love and work. Now, it's really nice to hear that this new moon that's coming up around the Sagittarius energy is all about committing to somebody very serious. A lot of Geminis are settling down. They've got like marriage proposals. You know, they're starting families. It's all very serious for you. So if you don't meet somebody over the next 2 weeks, your next opportunity would be really to the middle to the end of January and also April, right through until June is your best month. Your better month is probably next year, April, June. You've got an opportunity over the next 2 weeks, especially at an event or a party that brings you closer to somebody. I feel Christmas is going to be quite a special time for you. I feel there's a connection here with somebody very close and a family member. Got young children around you as well. I've got a huge family with young children around you. Excuse me. And I've also got a connection with you being around people that you want to be drawn towards, maybe more in a friendship going into a relationship. Just take your time. Please don't rush, because this year has been a testing period for you. If you try and rush this, you will find that it almost spirals a little bit out of control. I don't feel that will happen. It's just me picking that up around you. Thank you very much. Julia Dawn Blake. Carly Woodhouse, thank you for the readings. Great insight. You're welcome, my lovely. Thank you very much for your text messages. Wow. We're coming up nearly to the last couple of minutes. I'm just trying to think if I should go through any more. One, two, three, quite a lot of. Oops. Quite a lot of text messages. I'm just going to check something. If I reply to, shall I say another 4 or 5, maybe? Yeah. If I, because we were sort of late on, if I reply to like another 4 or 5 messages, and then I'll probably wrap up at around about sort of 5-10 past. I'm just going to say one more thing. This is the book, if you're interested. Oh, yeah. This is a book. It's called The Love Key. I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera. And it's all about relationships, trusting your intuition. And it's also, I'm going to just pull it back a little bit. And it's also about trusting your intuition, trusting your, if you're with the right person, the red warning flag signs, as I call them, how to enhance your psychic intuition to find the right person. You can find it absolutely anywhere, online or in the bookstores or on my website or here at Psychic Today. But it's brilliant for, well, I think it is. I would say that, wouldn't I? But it's very good for like understanding relationships and understanding the relationship with yourself. So I do talk a lot about astrology and compatibilities. The book that took me 5 years to write, I know it's a long time, but it is all about my journey and what I've developed over the last couple of years about myself as a person. So there's a little bit of an insight on background on myself. And basically, I wrote that book because I actually broke up with somebody that I was truly madly in love with. There was an immense connection with this person. And when we split up, I can't tell you how long it took me to get over him, but it took a very long time. And in that time that we broke up, I just decided to write this book almost about him, and that's how it started. And then I transformed it into different thoughts, different private readings that I had, even circumstances that I went through before I met him. He's in there as well. Little does he know, his name is not actually mentioned. But there's a big part of him that's in that book that maybe inspired me to write that book. He's still a lovely guy, but obviously we're not together now, and we've both moved on. But that's where the inspiration came from. So there we go. There's a bit of background if you didn't know about myself. Now I'm going to answer Carrie's Freya. Thank you very much. No, thank you very much for your text. I'm going to answer ones that I haven't. Let me just see. Carrie's Freya. On behalf of my mum, I'm going to answer your text message, Philip Smith. I'm also going to answer Lorna House and Julie Dawn Blake, and then I'll have to leave it at that, if that's okay, for today. But Carrie's Freya, on behalf of my mum, who's an Aquarius born 59, when will career obstacles lift? When will things start flowing? Now, is this for your mum, born 59? Let me just have a quick look. Born 59, the year of Scorpio. So we've got Aquarius born Scorpio, which is related to struggles, probably more so doing too much but not getting enough in return. I feel the job that your mum's in, it's like, I don't feel it's really for her, and I almost feel as well there's been people that have been surrounding your mum that have maybe made her feel X, Y, and Z, or it's maybe made her feel a certain way about herself. So she's been like, this is not making me feel good about me anymore. I'm not getting the right feedback, I'm not getting the right positivity that's making me feel good about myself. I feel, you know, your mum could leave this job around the middle of January or the middle of February. Now, is it, or am I getting, let me just say January is better for your mum to make a decision. Your mum will make the right decision when the right job comes along by the time she reaches January. It's a huge decision to make about hours, company, and job, all three. I need to change the hours, I need to change the job, and I feel I need to go into a completely different company or completely different job role altogether. Your mum is blessed by having a very analytical mind, but she's also very good with people, and she's very good at attention to detail, even working something like the police force, something that's about analysing, something that's about detective work, detail, even working in that line, even if it's admin, secretarial, the detail is very strong for your mum. That is actually very personal as well with other people. If that makes sense, I see your mum going into that line of work, or she'll be very good at that. I hope that helps. But that's the dates that I've been given. Thank you very much for your text message. Philip Smith, thank you for your reading. I did not catch everything you said. Oh no. Let me just go back to your question, which is, oh, it's more about your work. It was more about your work. I'm just looking at your text previously. It was more about your work and taking the changes. Thank you, Wally. It's all about your changes coming up for you, because it's all been about hard work. The spiritual, the creativity, maybe setting something up on your own. I had a feeling that would be coming in mainly about April time or starting middle of next year. But there's a big shift around your work that you need to look at that's developing you as a person, much more on a creative level, rather than thinking, oh, this is about this job isn't right for me. There's been a lot of struggle around feeling that security with yourself on the right job, but you will find that becoming April, it becomes a lot easier for you. I know it seems a little bit later, but you'll be in a much better place by the time you go middle of next year. I hope that helps. Thank you. Okay. Can't believe I lost you just when you're replying to my text reading question. It's always the way, isn't it? I'm sorry about that. I'm going to try and get through. I've only got about another sort of 2-3 minutes left. So I'm sorry, it's very difficult because there's so much to get through. I'm trying to get through each text message one by one, and I only have an hour, unfortunately. Thanks, Joe Love and Light from Julia Dawn Blake. You're welcome. Thank you very much for your text. And also Julia Dawn Blake here. Thanks, Joe. My business is going well. Do you see this continuing? And this is the last text message, unfortunately, for this evening. Crystal is my mentor. What did I say to you about Crystal? So this is lovely. It all makes sense, absolutely. It does feel that it's following on for your validations with regards to where you are at the moment in your life. You need to probably look at a little bit more of focusing on the auras maybe around your crystal energy, or even, I'm going to say, focusing strongly on oracle cards that have got more colours to them, rather than these which are the Rider-Waite, which is sort of more of a kind of psychological, more practical. I'm not saying you're not practical, but you're more about colours and auras and energies. If you can focus on that, you seem to have a clearer picture around your readings, and it makes you feel a lot more positive about you and makes you feel like you're going in that right direction. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for all your text messages. I'm going to have to say thank you for joining me here on this live webcam. It's been a new experience for myself, and I can only say thank you so much and good evening and have a lovely Christmas for myself and New Year. Take care. Bye bye.